See that? Oh, that's gorgeous. Yes.
So what that sign says, États-Unis et Canada. This is the United States-Canadian border. We are on the Canadian side.
This is Boundary Road, right here.
Okay, you guys, we just wanted to share with you today some truth bombs.
Lisa and I, we're nomads, okay? You know this. We live full-time in an RV. Why? We like freedom.
We like to travel. We like to move around.
And right now, there's no travel.
We like to seek warm weather.
Okay, there's not a lot of travel. We like to see warm weather, definitely. We like freedom.
And we know a lot of you guys too enjoy those same things. We also know that many of our family here on YouTube are Canadians, and we are all very frustrated right now.
Yeah.
And we just thought it's time to just
lay it all out there.
Tell you the way it really is. And it's not a positive video. We are sorry about that, but
yeah.
Times these days that we live in aren't always positive.
But share the right stuff with you guys as it happens.
Definitely.
Hey, we're in the Lower Mainland where it's raining, as you can tell.
Yes.
It sort of floods all the fields and like water is everywhere, but that's fine. That's what happens when it rains here.
And it feels cold. Like it's not freezing, but it's chilly.
This is where a whole bunch of RVers are.
Yeah.
Like in this part of the world.
Yeah, for sure. So what we're talking about is this. For a long time now, we have had a rule in Canada that if you have traveled outside of Canada, you have to get a negative COVID test before you even get on the plane to come back into Canada, even if you're a Canadian citizen.
That's right. And that's new.
That is new as of like, I think December.
Yeah.
November, December. And if you have a positive COVID test, you can't get on the airplane. They won't let you on.
Yeah. But that's changed.
Now, that hasn't really changed. That's still a rule.
That's still a rule, but there's more.
Added a whole bunch more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. As of January 29th, our Prime Minister made an announcement and said that you actually have to, when you get that negative COVID test, you can get on your plane, you come into Canada, you have to quarantine at a government-approved hotel for 3 days. And
per person.
And it's going to cost you more than $2,000 per person. This went into effect on January 31st. So he announced it on the 29th. It went into effect on January 31st.
It went into effect, but they were already doing it.
They're already doing it, absolutely. As of the 29th, they were starting.
But now they're going to do more.
They're starting to hold people in hotels.
Against their will.
Basically against their will.
Yeah.
I mean, it was either that or go to jail, I guess.
Yep.
So, yeah. So there are a lot of Canadians who are stuck right now. Anybody who is abroad, who is in the States, Caribbean, Mexico, anywhere.
For you that think these are reasonable situations, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. So
soon.
Hang in there because we totally get both sides of this story. Anyway, so that's one thing. But wait, there's more. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. If you are 3 days in the hotel, because you're only able to fly into, from international flights, 4 different places in Canada.
Oh, that's the other thing.
So they've restricted all the places where you could actually land.
So you can only land in Canada, in Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, or Vancouver.
Yep. And
Canada is vast.
Yeah.
So if you actually live in a community that is like, that could be a 5-day drive.
Yeah, but you could fly, land, and then fly to Saskatoon.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
So,
those planes are probably still running.
So anyways, they've also talked to all the Canadian carriers and canceled all the flights to any place, Caribbean or Mexico.
And they actually said...
They're grounded.
I think our Prime Minister actually said to the sunny destinations.
Yes, he did.
So I'm not sure what that has to do with COVID, but whatever.
Doesn't include Florida, but that's okay.
I know, right? So you could go to Antarctica maybe, but not to the sunny destinations.
No.
Those airplanes have been canceled to and from those locations. So if you happen to already be in Mexico, oops.
Now, we do know people have, in the last couple weeks, flown to Hawaii.
Yes.
We know some of them personally.
We do. We have friends everywhere.
Yeah.
We do have friends that are in the States right now. They have a family with several children. They are, it's going to cost them over $10,000 to come back to Canada. These are Canadian citizens that have a home here in Canada, and they are not allowed to come back unless they pay that money out of pocket. I think that is absolutely unconstitutional. I know it's unconstitutional. As Canadians, we have a right to travel. We have a right to freely move about within our country, to come back into our country. There is so much more to this story. We are going to actually give you guys some documentation on this. We're going to put a whole bunch more of this on our website. So if you want more of our opinion on this, because right now we just want to tell you the truth, the facts. This is what is happening. This is what's
outlaid, and some people do think it's reasonable.
Yes.
Now, I do have a quote from a very famous world leader who said, if you want to take away someone else's rights, you don't deserve those rights in the first place.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why? Because they're inalienable rights.
We've got a car coming up.
That's fine. They'll be here in 10 minutes.
Pretty far away.
Very far away. Exactly. This is like Saskatchewan. You can see it for 17 miles away.
Exactly. Oh, my tooth keeps falling off. Okay, so we actually do want to address those of you who feel like, hey, this is exactly what should happen. Everybody's been warned. You should
they should have done this sooner.
Home.
That kind of thing.
Don't travel. Why should anybody be surprised by this?
Yeah.
The reason we are surprised and we are disappointed in this is because it goes against the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It is against our legal rights. And the other reason...
And who gave us those legal rights?
God.
Yeah. And that was recognized by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, recognized that we had these rights from God.
Yes.
Back when they established this.
Long
so they weren't
ago.
inventing these rules and regulations for us. They were just establishing what was already given.
Another reason why we're so disappointed in all of this is because the virus stats and data show that it is not as dangerous as we are being told.
I know that's a shock for some of you.
It is.
But let's get into it a little bit. All we want to share is this.
Information.
Yeah.
Really, because we think information is power. We think truth should reign, not lies and not
half-truths.
Fear. So this is the concern that we have, is that the situation, the medical situation, purely from a medical standpoint, is not as dangerous as people make it sound. And here's some reasons why we think that. You go to worldometer.com, you can look at all the stats there and see that you actually, if you ended up getting COVID, you would have a 96 to 97% chance of surviving it, depending on where you live in the world. In Canada, right now it's 97% chance of survival. Yay! That's woohoo! If I get it, no big deal. We know some people who've had it, and it's really the flu. It's just a cold, no big deal.
Yeah.
For some people, it is a big deal. We do not want to undermine that, and there is a vulnerable sector of our population that we do need to protect and be careful and help them get through this safely. But for the majority of us, we're all good to go. The other thing is the concern of overwhelming our healthcare system. I know a lot of people are concerned about that.
Yeah.
And really, there is I think it's 2%. I think it's either 2% or even less than 1% in some areas of the world that are in acute care or ICU situations. So really, it's not as big of a deal as people are saying.
That's right. We've talked to a lot of healthcare workers that are in the system, and when they get to the hospitals, they're finding that there is way less COVID-19 problem than the communities think there is.
Yeah, exactly. So be careful still. Wash your hands. If the rules are to mask up, then mask up.
Take your vitamins.
Yeah, keep your distance from people. Yep. Don't go out anywhere if you're not feeling well. Obviously, if you're sick, stay home. But you know what? We're just here to give you the truth.
Now,
to just tell you the way things really are. And on our website, on our blog, you can see more of our opinions and our viewpoints on this and what we really feel about it. But we just want to give you some truth, some facts, some information.
We want to arm you.
Yes,
arm you with the real facts.
Yeah.
Don't just listen to talking heads and say, oh, that's what they say.
Exactly.
You may not be getting all the information. Okay.
So, dig up your information.
Now, we've had people that responded to us when we traveled to Alberta, and we were told by the government we had to drive to Alberta.
Yes.
And people were complaining that we shouldn't have.
Yes.
Okay. What was their complaint?
Well, the complaint was, we're not supposed to travel, we're supposed to stay home. That
That's
was
right.
the big. You're going to spread virus everywhere, and it's like, well, we're not sick, so we're not spreading anything anywhere. But I think the point is that, give grace. You do not know someone's situation.
That's right.
You don't know why they might be in a different state or in a different province. You don't know why they're traveling. So just be kind, be compassionate, care for one another.
This is the Cole Road rest stop between Abbotsford and Chilliwack. And there is a dump station. I think it's active. Should be. I don't think they ever close that, unless it's not working. There is garbage, there is recycling, and there's a whole bunch of RVers that don't have anywhere else to go. And this is where they're parked.
These are all people who are here because it is cold in the rest of Canada. Like these license plates are from different areas.
Yep,
Some of us have no option.
that's right.
Like we don't have fancy rigs that are, 4-season warm enough.
Like this mallard, if it was in northern Ontario, would not be livable.
Yeah. And I mean, if you have a ton of money, maybe you can live, you can buy more propane, or you can insulate your rig, or
And be fine.
whatever.
But some people
or
that
you can live inside a shop or a Quonset
Yeah.
or something, but not everybody has those options.
Yeah.
And not everybody has the option to put their rig in storage and then rent a place, which is what somebody suggested that we should have done.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't have the finances to do that. And a
No.
lot of people don't. This is their home. This is where they live. So
Yeah.
what are you going to do? I mean, shut down the campgrounds and you have people living in rest areas because they don't have an option. So that's why we say, like, be kind, because you don't know what someone's situation is. So
That's
don't
right.
judge that, right?
exactly.
Should we go for a walk? Yeah? Okay, let's
Go for a walk.
Hey, there's one other thing we forgot to tell you. If you happen to test positive on your way in, or when you get back to Canada,
Yeah, with your 3-day, your 3-day hotel room stay, you might test positive.
then you have to spend 14 days at a government
Regulated.
regulated facility, otherwise what we would call the COVID camp,
Yeah, and don't forget,
which is different. You used to be able to stay in your home for 14 days to quarantine, and they've changed that now.
this is the test that produces a whole bunch of false positives.
Exactly. So it's not even legit.
So-
and if you're with a family and even one of you tests positive, what happens?
We're not sure.
What happens if it's your 5-year-old that tests
So
positive?
you
Does the whole family
take
go
care
to
of my
COVID camp?
5-year-old for the next 2 weeks, no problem. Here's his issues. Here's what he requires. See you then.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, tune him up.
Oh, you guys, we're laughing, but it's not a laughing matter. This
Nope.
is so serious, and it really has put a lot of Canadians in a really tough spot.
Yes,
So if you're
for no
one
good
of-
reason.
If really, I know,
For no good reason.
If you guys are in that situation, our hearts go out to you. We apologize on behalf of most Canadians
Yes.
that this is happening to you. Of course, we have a daughter overseas.
Yeah, we do.
So, that was the other thing I was going to mention. See, it's a good thing we added more to this video.
Yes, of course.
We have a daughter overseas.
Yeah.
I read just today, that the government of Canada is reducing their consular services. So,
Everywhere.
really? My daughter's in Africa. She moved there. She's living there. And she won't be able to access the Canadian consulate if she has an emergency situation as a Canadian citizen.
That's because all Canadian citizens should be staying at home. Unless you're in government and you want to go to your Florida house. Well, then that's fine.
It's okay.
Or
As long-
on your government jet and go someplace in the Caribbean on your own private island, that's fine. But if you're a regular Canadian, well, there's some things you just shouldn't do.
So I am concerned about a lot of Canadians who are living overseas, who are in missions overseas, who are in service overseas, and like, what happens to these people? They just get forgotten. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, it's hard to stay positive, but we are doing our best to, like we said before,
We want to bring it to your real.
keep dreaming, keep planning, but you know what? Keep your truth cap on.
Yeah.
Look for the real numbers, look for the real data. Look at all the information and make a wise decision and a wise choice for
Yeah.
you and your family. You guys stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. That's basically all we have for you today.
Yeah.
We want you to just stay encouraged.
Check out our blog.
Stay strong. Definitely go to livinglightRV.com. Check out more information, because it's important to have actual legitimate sources to get your
Yes.
information from. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And we want you to stay healthy, and we want you to stay in a very improved state of mind.
Yeah.
Right now, we're living in a time when it is a disaster for people's mental health.
Yeah.
Okay?
It is. So, yeah. What do you
So,
do about that?
You gotta shut off some media. You have to go
Yeah.
outside. You have to breathe some real air. Breathe some air.
Without
I
a
know
mask.
it looks dangerous, but it's not.
It's not.
Honest.
God made the air. It's all good.
That's right.
And you know what? Make sure that you keep dreaming, keep planning, keep
Yep.
making those plans for the future for full-time RV life, or where are you going to go camping this summer. If it works out, then that's great. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. There'll be a different plan.
Yeah.
So we're still hoping to get up to the Yukon. If not the Yukon, maybe the Northwest Territories.
Yep.
If not there, then at least traveling around the amazing province of Alberta, because it is huge and it is beautiful.
And I want to go gold panning this summer. Find my fortune.
Kent always wants to go gold panning.
It's gonna be awesome.
Anyway, this is Kent Lisa coming to you from the Canadian-US border. We are on the Canadian side.
Yes, we are. This is Canada.
My name is Lisa.
And my name is Kent, and we are Living Light RV.
We're grabbing life by the tail. You guys, we love you. We care about you. Stay safe, stay strong, look for the truth, and we'll see you next Thursday. Hey guys, I always find it absolutely fascinating that this border is so open. I mean, we are on the Canadian side, right there is the United States. There's no fence, there's nothing. I mean, there's border patrol services. There's a truck right there, I think you can see it through the window. So they do patrol this area, but it is open border, which to me reminds me that our countries are friends. Like, we have friendly relationships between Canada and the United States.